The beauty of having a garden and being able to grab whatever flowers you can find is that you can make your own floral arrangements anytime you want. I found this little guy at Home Goods the other day, and immediately I knew that I was going to put a bunch of hydrangeas in it. So I am going to go and cut a bunch of those blooms, and I'm thinking that maybe I need some sort of texture to go with it. I don't know. We'll see what I can find. Are you guys tired of these flower arrangement videos? Let me know in the comments, because I have been, well, this year I have been making videos about the flower arrangements that I make for my house. And don't get me wrong, every year I try to make as many, flower bouquets and arrangements for myself to bring inside, but not every year I make videos about them. So let me know how you're liking those. Also, it's like super windy outside. I choose the best days to come out here. Anyway, so I already show you everything that I have here, but I also, last minute, I went and I cut a few branches of boxwoods. I love boxwoods. I have tons of them, and there is one hedge by the no-dig flower bed where they're just growing, and they have like shoots left and right growing. So I went and I gently cut those. I went in and grabbed a couple of pieces from each boxwood, so I got those as well. I don't know that I can fit all of these flowers and foliage in this container, but I'm gonna try. So let me start. Actually, it's a little cold. So let me start by working on the base of my container. I love using chicken wire, you guys. You have seen me do other containers with chicken wire for my floral arrangements. It's something that I can reuse. I have another piece that I have been using like for the last year, but it's too small. It's just like a little thing for this container. This guy, I'm going to fill the whole thing just because why not? And I actually got this at Home Depot. This is a galvanized type of chicken wire, and I made like a little tube of it. So very gently, I am going to try to fit this guy inside. And actually this works great because the top, I am going just to leave it like this, because you know what, it does make sense that I am going to have some branches going in and out, and the hydrangeas are so huge. I mean, by the time that you have these guys here, you're not even going to see what's going on here. So I got this guy is not going anywhere. So I am going to bring you a little bit closer so then that you know what's going on, like in this section. Like, you don't need to see me, you need to see the flowers. So before I put my hydrangeas here, this is kind of what I'm thinking, that I am going to get my foliage in. I don't know how exactly it's going to turn out. I have my little trash bag here on the side for everything that I'm not going to be using. Sometimes I do get these ideas, but I don't necessarily know if they'll work out. I like this, I just don't know that I can use it in a way that it looks good, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think that I'm going to be using these guys. Just don't know that I don't think so. Well, I try. Sometimes you have these ideas in mind that, you know, things that might work, and sometimes they don't work. Oh, my coffee's covered with things. Let me take the time to answer a couple of questions that have come up from my last videos. My last video regarding canna seeds, my last video regarding how I grow cannas, I had a couple of questions regarding how do I collect the seeds, when do I collect the seeds, and all of that. So I will post a link to a video that I did last year when I was collecting a bunch of seeds, including canna seeds. So if you're interested on seeing how I did that, it's super easy. Basically, you'll see the seed pods develop on your canna flowers. And I wait until those pods go from green to brown so that I know that the seeds are ready. And I keep those somewhere on a cool, dark place. I put them in a paper bag or this is so cool. Or I just put them in a little plastic bag. I do have to make sure that those seeds are completely dry though, so I do leave them out for a couple of weeks before I put them away. Look at that. But if you want to watch the whole video, I will put the link in the description. The beauty of having that chicken wire all the way at the bottom is that it's going to keep your blooms standing up whatever you put them on. So if you put them sideways, they will stay that way there. Love that. I love this. And this guy is going to be going all around. It's going to be in my dinner table, so I need to make sure that it looks good from all sides. It's looking good. Yeah, it's looking amazing. I'm gonna need more hydrangeas. I mean, I have plenty. I'll be right back. I need more hydrangeas. Another question that I had regarding the green stock that I show you was if the green stock was a good way for you guys to grow strawberries. And I think that a lot of people get those especially for strawberries. I did a lot of research before getting one. I watch a lot of YouTube videos from people that grew potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, flowers, herbs, and strawberries. A lot of people just get one or two just for strawberries. So I know that it's a good way for people who want to grow strawberries to get one of those green stalks. So, but if you don't believe me, do your own research. I don't think that I'm going to be using mine for strawberries just because, I mean, we do eat strawberries. We don't eat them a lot. We don't eat them enough that I could say that I want to just get one of those for strawberries. So, okay, so the hard thing with this thing will be to make it somewhat even looking from all sides. Okay, this looks good so far there. And on this side, it needs a little bit more. And if you're wondering why I have just one glove, it's because it's easier for me just to strip the hydrangeas with my glove on. Okay, so I think that maybe you guys are a little too tall. Okay, I think that I love this. I think that I love what's going on here. Okay, so another question that I had was, did you harvest your loofahs? How are your loofahs doing? I'm going to get a few clips for you guys. My loofahs are slowly getting there. I don't think that I had something in my garden yet that it took so long for it to mature, but I knew that going in. I knew that loofahs were needy like that, so you know, it's one of those things. I still have not harvested, although at the first sign of frost, which it might be happening any day here in central Indiana, at the first sign of that, I will definitely be getting the fruit from the vine and bringing them inside, because I do not want them to freeze because they might just rot. It's a slow process, but it has been fun. Am I going to grow them next year? I don't think so. I think that it was fun, you know, trying to see if I could grow loofahs in my zone here in Indiana, zone 5. And yes, I can. Oh no, this one's stuck. But it's not something that I'll be doing year after year. Maybe in a few years, maybe. I don't know. I think that my boxwoods are going to be just having to be here sideways on the very bottom. Whoa! Go, go, shh, shh, go at the bottom, go, 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 go. So this cat, oh my goodness, I don't know whose cat that is, but he likes me. Doesn't mind if I'm sitting down drinking coffee, he comes and sits on my lap. So I am just getting like 2 or 3 branches of boxwoods, and I'm just trying to keep the bottoms kind of clean so that I can stick them there in the chicken wire. And you just kind of have to feel. I will not add water to this container because I want the hydrangeas to dry, and honestly these branches will be okay, especially the boxwood branches. They're going to be fine. This might be, oh, actually I like this. So I just need like an extra long one over here on the side. Might need more of these boxwood branches. I think that I might. Okay, another question that I had from one of my videos was about my coffee cups. If they are perennials in my area, and if not, what do I do? Do I overwinter them? They're not perennial. They're not perennial here in central Indiana. I wish there were. I wish that cannas and a lot of things were perennial, but they're not. So what I do is that I am going to do my best to save the tubers or corn, whatever they're called, here in a couple of weeks, and I will bring them inside, just like I will do dahlia tubers. It's okay if they don't make it. It's totally fine. But I am going to do my best to save them. I have seen other people doing that, so I think that they're going to be fine. Okay, so this looks like it needs a lot more boxwoods. Definitely, I feel like it needs a lot more boxwoods. So I'll be right back. Another question that I had was, does your Dara Ami become invasive? No, my Dara Ami, the one that I have, it is not the real thing. It is a type of ornamental carrot, And from what I read when I purchased the seeds from Botanical Gardens was that it is a it is a false lace queen or queen lace, and it is not invasive, and I love that. But honestly, I will not mind if it recedes all over because I love that. I love that flower. It's one of the flowers that I just love, love, love from this year. So I am going to, I saved a bunch of seeds already, as you watch on that video. And I am going to do a bunch of winter song with that, because that's the way that it grew for me, that the seed germinated. But if you want to get your own seeds, I'll try to add the link for Botanical Gardens. So windy. Okay, so also you guys were wondering about what do you do for slugs on your lettuce. I don't have a lot of problems with them in my garden, but I do have some, especially on my lettuce. I don't do anything really. If you guys have been following me for a while now, you know that I don't spray anything in my garden. I suppose if I had some sort of infestation of some sort that, you know, for something that was eating everything in my garden, then maybe I'll be worrying. I'll be looking into something organic and safe. But I don't have anything bad enough that it requires me to do something about it. I did a few years ago for my hostas, I believe. Something was eating my hostas, and I think there were slugs, and I did a beer trap, which is basically you put up a small shallow container at ground level with beer, and then I guess they go for it and they get drowned. Death by alcohol. So I did that a few years ago and it worked. I got a bunch of them in there, but I don't have that problem here. It could be because we're not that wet in the summer here in Indiana, so we don't have those problems. And my gosh, you guys, I have a bunch of things germinating on my green stock, by the way. Now looking back, I wish I would have labeled everything. I thought I was going to remember where things went, but it is never the case. Okay, so I love that. Definitely those boxwoods are definitely it. You know, the more I look at those privets, the more I don't like them. I think they're just gonna have to go. Sometimes you add things and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. I don't love them. But what I'm going to do, what I do have, and it's so sunny already. Okay, so one last thing that I have are these grasses from King Tut grasses, and these are the smallest. These are the babies that were just coming from the plants, you guys, because the ones that are huge, I think they're way too huge. They're bigger than my hydrangeas, so I didn't want to have to use something like super gigantic. I want the hydrangeas to be it. I am going to cut it on a side, like I'm going to cut it like sideways so that I have a pointy area where it can just go. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my goodness, this is looking so good. Looks so good, you guys. Looks so good. I think this is it. Isn't that beautiful? All I needed was hydrangeas, boxwood cuttings, and King Tut grass. I'm happy. Very happy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Go out there, get stuff from your gardens, make your own arrangements, and if you post them on Instagram, tag me so that I can see what you made.